Good evening. My name is Andrew Rothman. I'm a sixth grade English Language Arts Social Studies teacher at APG If you're watching this video, your student's probably in my class, so thank you so much for taking the time. I want to go over a couple key things about this class for this year. Um, Hopefully you had a chance to review the syllabus. It came out today. Brought on with your students. Kind of looks like this. Goes over some of the key reading, which are for students to be able to improve the volume that they read. That's the amount, stamina, how long they can read for, and their ability level, which we're going to try to assess a couple times this year using Columbia Teachers College's running record system. Talk a lot more about that on back to school night, September 17th. Something else, make sure every student has a 3-ring binder, something simple like this will do. And inside the 3-ring binder, look for 2 binder tabs, so giving us 3 sections total. So we'll have a handout section, that's a sort of a general handout section, something specific to English Language Arts, and another section that will be for social studies. So we're going to keep the organization really simple this year in social studies and English Language Arts. Really critical. Don't really use a textbook in my class. It's part of the reading workshop Teach to College method. It's considered much more important that students have books that they choose that are at their reading level and of their interests. So hopefully your students got something that's been made into a movie, something really exciting, some classic science fiction, perhaps, or maybe some more, young adult nonfiction literature. Something amazing. I've got a pretty good classroom library. It's developing. The school's got a good library, and we're right next to Ortega Public Library, so a lot of options. Really important that your student has something to read every day. Hopefully has 3 things to read, so when they finish one thing, go around to the next thing. I want to give you a brief tour of what I've got going on in my School Loop webpage. Really easy to get to. Just departments, English Language Arts. Click my name here on the side of the staff directory, and you'll be directed to my page. So there's a couple things up right now that are really important. One is I'm trying to collect student and parent information, email addresses and phone numbers. So depending on what period your student is in my class, whether you're in the 1st and 2nd period block, 6th and 7th period block, I have a link here to a Google form. It's going to look like this, and real easy to fill out instead of having to write it out and then for me or whoever to transfer it all by hand into a spreadsheet. It will automatically be fed into a spreadsheet. You take the time to fill this out. Another thing that I've got up on the site right now, really important, is I recently had a proposal approved by an organization called Donors Choose. It's probably the #1 website for getting teacher projects funded. I put in a proposal to get a lot of different book sets for the classroom, so some really, really cool stuff. Check out the link. Basically everything your kid could possibly want to read this year that has multiple, that's in sets. So we have a Virgin series, Harry Potter, all the Hunger Games books, Percy Jackson type stuff, Dragon Slayer Academy, so a lot of good stuff. Right now, as this project was just approved, Donor Shoes matches for the first week up to $100. So whatever it is that you're comfortable giving, know that it will be doubled. And if you are so inclined, if you'd like to send this link out to your family, friends, your network, it'd be great that we get this funded soon. I've had a couple projects funded, and it always brings a lot of excitement into the classroom. Something about new books, a fresh opportunity to read. Couple things just to go over. More things. We're not going to do social studies this week, the first week. We'll be focusing on getting the structures of the reading workshop in place and community building. 6th grade. It's going to be an exciting time. A lot of new people to meet. We're going to focus on that for the first week. Communication with me. Check School Loop daily. So good. Sending me emails through School Loop is a really easy way to get in contact. Always looking for classroom volunteers. And specifically to help with reading assessments. So if you happen to have time during the week and that's something you think you could devote some time to, it'd be great to meet you and talk with you about it, either through communication between the 2 of us, or we can talk about it on back to school night, which is again September 17th. I hope everyone is doing great, and that I can thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll be able to make them periodically, certainly at the beginning of new units. Next couple weeks are focusing on reading workshop, getting the structures in place, and then social studies we'll be doing early man. So it'll be pretty exciting. Welcome back to school, and look forward to meeting everybody. Take care.